Hello everyone, my name is Floor Everly. And in the last stream of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Floor Everly, I keep fucking that up. Oh well, I only got one more chance to get it right, because this is the penultimate episode. In terms of what occurred last time, chat, I'll go through the notes with you. We continued our investigation. We needed to find out exactly what went down, and that involved finding out more about the SL69 incident involving not Mia. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know why I'm in like beginning of Ace Attorney mode right now. Involving Emma and Lana Sky. Emma was apparently a witness to Neil's murder, as Joe Doc had ran into the room where Emma was and tried to kill her, but Neil saved her, but in the process was killed. We know this occurred within the Chief's room, which used to be the place where both Lana and Gant worked together. To get into there, we had to employ the help of Gumshoe, and through his assistance, we were able to go inside of this room, and we found a few pieces of evidence that were from the SR9 incident that have been taken away, including a pot and a handprint that mysteriously has Emma's fingerprints on it. Why this is the case, we have no idea. Though I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to incriminate her towards the SR9 incident. But we'll see. But before we could get out of there, Damon Gant did show up and he kicked us out, speaking to Emma on her own. He also fired Gumshoe in the process, which was sad. But like, I don't think Gumshoe's gonna be fired forever. I think he's gonna come back stronger in Ace Attorney 2. But yeah, we're going to go into the courtroom now to try and help Lana, who we believe is being puppeteered by Damon Gant. Everything she's done over the last 2 years, her becoming prosecutor, or chief prosecutor, it has all been a ploy by Damon Gant to control justice within the city through the police department. And now we are going to confront this monster and finally chase off the Damons. As the stream title says, let's get started, shall we? Let's get into this. I also charged my controller before the recording, so it should be fully charged for this. My gavel is ready to go, chat. I didn't get to use it last stream, but we'll get to use it here. Are you chasing Matt Damons? That's true, we are, Damska. Also welcome in. Jeppo did say, I wonder who we can blame if High Guard bombs, Jeff? Well, as we found out recently, it wasn't actually High Guards who wanted that trailer to be put there. It was Jeff himself who decided to put that at the end of the showcase. Like, I don't think High Guard was going to get that slot. For some reason, he just decided to put it there. Maybe because the game that was going to be there, like, went out at the last second, so he had to put in a different trailer. I would have just put in, like, one of the other games. I don't know, one of the other games that was shown that night and give it more flair. But maybe it would have cost more? I don't know how it would have worked. But no, yeah, High Guard comes out today. If it flops, it isn't Jeff's fault. That is entirely on the devs and how they've marketed it. They've gone down the route of not marketing it at all outside of that thing that Jeff did tonight. So, like the quality of it is going to be determined by the people who watch that fucking trailer. No one's going to know about it. The only reason why people know about it is because of the Game Awards. So, hopefully it gets people in. I don't know. Definitely not Jeff's fault for that, though. This is the defendant's lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? She's been killed by Damon Gant. And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth? Oh, my boy. Edgeworth! Knowing you've already figured it out. Or you haven't, and you're going to. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Yeah, we know. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, The only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to who we suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright. The prosecutor Sky will be found guilty. But you didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here to hear what you have to say. The first time he's ever done something like this. Yeah, he wants to get Damon Gant put into the fucking ground. We're gonna work together here, aren't we? Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SO9 incident. Don't be stupid, today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. I mean, we did the same thing in your case, Edgeworth, and that helped us find out a bunch of information. Well, that depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court. Right. I'll see you in the bedroom later today as well. Nice slow fade. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. So chat, this is the final court, proceedings, but I am going to be dividing it into 2 parts, because I think this is going to take a while to get through. I've been told this is around 4 to 5 hours, so we're going to probably divide it into segments. I'm going to be hard cutting it off at 4 PM, even if we're halfway through, like, a puzzle or something, we're hard cutting it off, chat. Which is going to leave us in a bit of a pickle next stream, but I don't want to be here for 5 hours. I've also got to go after this, chat. I've got to go and see a friend who's moved in nearby. I didn't know that my friend had moved in so close to where I live, so I'm going to be seeing him after this and bring them a housewarming gift. So I'm not going to have a chance to do the full thing today, and hence the finale will be on Sunday. Not Saturday, Sunday, because I want to watch Pastry's extra live stream, and that should be a lot of fun. Should I actually, yeah, during the next break, we'll go through that, so if people who don't know about it can find out a bit more about what Pastry's doing. I don't think Pastry herself has actually done something like that, so we can do it during the stream and give people an idea as to what Pastry's going to be doing on her extra life. Why not? Why not? Here we go. Can't get my gavel ready. I am wondering if I'm going to bust this gavel one time if I hit it too hard against the thing. Here we go. Court is now in session. The trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Uh-oh. Chief Gant? This is a perfect time to play this music. Hold on, chat. Chat, I have added 3 new tracks of music to my soundboard, just for you guys to get a chance to hear it. So this is the suspense music from this game. We also have the investigation music. And we have the sad music. And I do have a couple other things as well. I got this from, I got 2 pieces of music, one from Final Fantasy XIV and one from Liza P. This is a track of music from Final Fantasy XIV. A bit goofy, a bit silly. And then we've got this music from a circus area in Liza P. So we can have clown music play in the background if we want. Yay! A Alongside that, we also have a new sound effect from Onimusha 2.
What?
I forgot I put it on loop.
What?
Shit.
What?
Stop looping.
What?
Ah!
What?
It was so funny when that appeared in that game. I had a right old chuckle. Right. Chief Gant. Oh, there's no music. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, OG, have been back to the pool yet? The pool. No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Wait. That's a good one. I think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Why does Chief Gant sound like Kermit? I don't know. I went with it and it's just kind of stuck. Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. He wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to do, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. As she now. What's this all about, defendant? I just have to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Yeah, no, that's not fucking happening. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. Oh, Lana! Uh-oh, now it's playing the suspense music.
Objection!
Oh, we're fucking objecting. You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. Oh, Lana, for fuck's sake. We can win this case. But Lana... Yeah, she's definitely, like, thrown some blackmail at her. He has, anyway. Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. Okay, we need you to object to this, Edgeworth. Come on. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. A request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. It feels very slimy. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial. Even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Fuck! Man! Can't be happening! It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. Well, this is a very short case, chat. I thought it was going to be 5 hours, but it's actually 5 minutes. The court finds the defendant's objection. One moment, Your Honor. Yes, Edgeworth! Ooh! Mr. Edgeworth! The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And we know Edgeworth wants to fully prosecute someone. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Oh, come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. Why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. Oh my god, oh my god! Oh! What? Wait, no, I got a what? Is that how quiet that sound effect is? I want to see if I can make it a bit louder. Now, that's at full volume. Okay, I got a couple of things I need to do between streams. In fact, I'll make a little notepad of them. So, right, number 1. Make Onimusha 2 what louder. Speed up beginning of Ace Attorney songs and cut out intro to Krat Zoo music. Because all the other ones are fine. There's a couple of things I can just edit a little bit, I think. Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Oh! Fuck yeah, Edgeworth, you screw him over. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me that some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hear her testimony. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Oh my god! Oh, he's so sexy right now, holy shit! The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. I love the fact that I'm fighting this alongside Edgeworth. We're gonna take down Gant together. That's okay with you, right, Mr. Chief Gant? Worthy. You'll live to regret this, mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. He just openly threatened me in court. Or Edgeworth, not me. It was like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Let's see if he won't get buckled off, I guess. Now then, witness. Please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. Occupation? I'm Lon's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. I like how the first person to actually do this properly was a character we liked. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark at the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to record his events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was evolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. I mean, case in point, the last incident we just did with DL6. Well, okay then. He sure gave in fast. I mean, he likes Edgeworth. Now. Also, I didn't answer your question before, Damska, but I am going to be doing the game trilogy. Not like one after the other, but I do plan on getting around to the second game at least this year. Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. I love the word yesteryear. 2 years ago. Here we go. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Hostage? He didn't kill you then? Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall on the chest. But you said that the lightning made it so you couldn't see that. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. Passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? I don't know. That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. Yeah, now I gotta do my work, haven't I? You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. 2 years ago. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. Press! Hold it! 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective of the police department, correct? Yes. He was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister! He was the best detective ever. I agree. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Guy used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk. Thinking about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. I guess if it's a regular occurrence. I said last stream I didn't like the fact that Lana had her stay in a building where there was a serial killer. But if it's a regular occurrence, she might have gone there on her own and now is out of Lana's purview. I mean, you can't stop this Emma from doing what she wants to do. And if she had access to that place, it kind of makes sense. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When we saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Joe Dark proceeded to take the elevator. Must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office. Oh! So the interrogation room is not on the same floor as the office. I thought it was. Well, that completely, corroborates my previous theory that the elevators were down so he couldn't take it. Oh no, well, no one else could go up. Well, that makes sense then why Damon Gant couldn't go up then. It was already heading up. That is good information to know. Well, I can add that to Emma's thing. Almost killed by Joe Dark. Elevator was down. Okay. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That makes sense how he was able to get in, because you also require a card to go into the office. Him. Neil Marshall rescued me. Oh, I hate pressing Emma about this. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. And then he can take out 2 birds with 1 stone. You'd have Lana take the place of him, and then you have dirt on Lana to stop him from being able to do anything that he wants to do out of his purview. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. And Dark grabbed me. I thought I was good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. Wait, no. Need to get Emma to tell me as much as she can. Yeah, okay, we've got to press her more. I think this is just one of those situations where we just need to get all the information out of her. I don't think we need to use any evidence to find any, misconceptions in her, what she says. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and then the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch black in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside, so you saw their shades, you didn't see what they actually looked like. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yeah, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Oh. So he might have found some stains in the argument, maybe. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more. So you spoke to Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this child. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. Chat. Look at this! I mean, it's not that helpful, to be honest. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? No, and they keep telling me to stop. This picture the witness drew. It's just stickman. I don't see how it's going to help us. Because if that was Gant killing Neil, it would look the exact same as if it was Joe Dark killing Neil. I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Well, isn't this today, Emma? Because I have a little thing for you. I have a little thing for you here. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right? Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken. No, I trust Emma on this. But I did draw it, I swear! I'm not just imagining it! This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. Maybe I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. Seeing that imprint on an image in your mind, can you please describe it to us? That man. Okay, yeah, we need to also press this last bit of information as well. That must have been a real shock. Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Oh. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage. Then lightning struck, and the lights went out. Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside, and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust her completely. Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. Right, yeah, so we need to go back to the image information. Right. So, have a little look at this. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all of her heart into drawing that picture. And it's right here! And yet you would insist on denying its existence. No! He's trying to get information out of us, Phoenix. He's trying to get us to win. Huh? Hey, I'm not I'm not the one in the wrong here. I'm just trying to get all the information. All I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold. This is the evidence list from the SO9 incident. Turn it around. Please turn it over, Your Honor. That's such a good way to use the 3D image. Oh, turn it over. Ah! What's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the trick picture I drew. So she drew it on the back of the evidence sheet. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. Objection! What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Yeah, you kind of need to explain where you found it. Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. These lists, they're different from each other. Can we finally see what the difference is now? Or are you going to keep hiding it from me? What? I guess the actual evidence isn't that important, but I want to know what's different about them. It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you handed 2 years ago, the power of having hand and turn around the evidence here, was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. Does that mean there's more to the drawing? Do you see, Mr. Edgeworth? Quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence in that case ever reached you. They only had one copy of this evidence list? Surely they, I mean, I guess this is like 2003, so they didn't have like multiple copies. I don't know, I feel like that would be something you want to document on the system, maybe. What? What? It could have been like a template list. You put the items inside of it, maybe. Order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw a picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, I think Goodman had the other half and it was stolen from him by Gant. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Oh, I was right. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth, but surely he would have known that. It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? I feel so bad for him. Like he wants to get this case sorted and the evidence was right in front of him the entire time. Or right behind him, I guess. He got a bad tummy ache. Oh, Edgeworth. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. Oh, the mascot character. What? Oh my god. It continues, chat. It continues. That's... Oh, that thing. Oh god, the music too. The thing that was dancing in the evidence room. The blue bastard. Clearly this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives, Gumshoe. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Well, at least we got the entire thing now. Can I actually have a look at it then? Very well, witness. Oh shit. It's got kind of an arch to it, but yeah, that thing has been added on the side. It's a shame I can't actually see what the evidence is. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Also, why did you shade it in so much? Oh my god, do you have like a crayon or something? Looks like you made it out of charcoal. So the badger was flying around? Not necessarily. It might have not been the badger. It might have been like something else. Hold on. No, okay. The top part isn't the same. But it kind of has a similar design to it. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at that picture. So I'm guessing Emma, when after Damon kicked me and Gumshoe out, she was asked to, I don't know, put a handprint or something maybe, just to get the evidence that Gant needed, but I don't think she knew about that. But Lana does now, I think. I think Lana knows that Damon's going to, in some way, incriminate Emma on this, and that's going to be bad for us. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. Picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. In that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your... I mean, that kind of makes sense, to be honest, and it was also a very traumatic incident for Emma. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dog about the murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. Yeah, I don't really see how the image is going to help us here, outside of the blue badger. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. Oh. First, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Sky. 2 or 3 days later. Memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture was painted all black? Yeah. The flash of lightning was all so bright, all I could see were shadows. But you didn't just like sketch it in black. You didn't just like do diagonal lines. You did you fully shaded it in black. At the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to rescue you. Mr. Marshall. Now I couldn't see him clearly. The lighting was so bright, and I was knocked to the ground, the floor. You were knocked to the floor. Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. Turned around. That's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. Yeah, me too. What happened after the lightning flashed? After that, I must have fainted. Must have fainted. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? Yeah, you just saw the knife being raised high. You didn't see the actual murder occur. No, I'm sorry. So it could have been Neil with the knife, and maybe he was hit over the head with the pot.
Objection!
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to talk to this girl any further? Yes, Edgeworth, you're the one who brought it up in the first place! What? Hey, I'm not a bad guy here. Oh, it's cute. They both did the same thing. I like to think Edgeworth said that so he could say the same thing. He could mirror what Phoenix said to him. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Exactly what you saw in that instant. Not the actual murder, but what you did see was the person holding something above their head. It might not even be a knife. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. That's a ruler, yeah. Wasn't influenced in any way from your talk to the detectives.
Objection!
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? We both know Gant is in the wrong here, Edgeworth. Of course we are. No, of course not. Better watch out, or we might find some way to cut my salary. Do this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. But I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well, yeah, it's not the moment he was killed, it was the moment the weapon was held high. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Oh shit, I gotta actually find it. Okay, hold on. No, not what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring evidence out. Shit.
Objection!
I'm sorry, game. Is it a knife? Because it doesn't look like a knife, does it? Oh, big yawn. Big yawn, chat. What is the Neil's autopsy report say? Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. I don't think that is from the back, chat. I could be wrong about human anatomy, but I'm pretty sure that's the front of his body. Objection! Okay, I like how we had to suss that out. That was cool. I always enjoyed your autopsy report puzzles. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I even still remember it just like it was yesterday. Oh. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts your autopsy report? Oh. It's a chest, right? But I can't just... I don't think that's going to work here. Think outside the box, Flower. It's not going to be the obvious thing here. It's not going to be the two men. I can't go up high enough to see the blue badger statue. Is it the... Chat. Let's just work this out for a second. Through fun means, okay? Let's do it. Let's just do this in a fun way. If I was to draw someone being killed and using shapes to do it, if I was to draw a murder weapon, I would draw it like this. With a sharp point, right? Like with some kind of sharp point to it. Right? But the way Emma drew it is she drew it as a rectangle. Which is more like, as you said, Damska, ruler, not sharp. Blunt. It's got a blunt edge. Now, what do we know about the evidence? What do we know about the evidence in this case? In the picture, the switchblade has the sharp point cut off. So if we were to say with this that there was no sharp point, it would just be the rectangle. Or the switchblade didn't switch at all, or maybe it was already closed. Yeah, that could also be it. But if you were trying to kill someone, you wouldn't have the switchblade closed, would you? So in this instance, chat, we know that it has to be the knife. The contradiction, of course, that was fun. I enjoyed doing... Oh, you can't see anything, chat. I enjoyed doing that. That was a fun puzzle. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too, but we know, if we're correct and thinking about it, that the tip was already found inside of his body by this point. If I recall. Yeah, but the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. But this must have occurred afterwards. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection!
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. Hit in the back. He falls to his knees from the pain. The person standing in front of him has a broken thing already. And that could be, in this instant, Damon Gant. He was stabbed from behind, not in front. You'd think a serial killer would kill the person in front, not on their back. If Joe Dark came out to confront him, there would be no instant where he was looking at him from behind. But someone who walked in to the office room, who would have access to the office with his key card, would be able to see that. And backstab him. Then the murder weapon should not be broken. What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection!
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. What does this mean? I like how all based is on a rectangle in a drawing. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. You thought that was a bottle trick, Edgeworth? The only possible explanation that the witness's memory is mistaken.
Objection!
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection!
Unless he was... yeah. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already about a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, Wright. All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. Oh. Ah! It came off surprisingly easily. Order, order, order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that someone, somewhere in this story, there was a lie. I'm not lying. I don't think you are. I think you saw exactly what you think you saw. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? I mean, it's crazy it happened twice, I guess, right? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? Emma's mistaken. There was another one. If the witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright! In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. It's not gonna be Edgeworth's thing, is it? Wait, I don't actually know. What could be the actual murder weapon? What other broken knife has been encountered? That's a good emote for the smooth Damska. Not gonna be prior evidence. Oh! Wait! Oh! Fuck! 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 So smart! Oh! The knife wasn't, the sword wasn't in there! The answer lies in that. That's why it's so long! In the picture, too! 2 years in the past. Right here, inside this picture. This is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah! This is why you're the best, yeah! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? That was great. That was a great little puzzle. It's the broken murder weapon! Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding? I guess we can assume it comes off, right? That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. So where was it taken? Where's the knife now? That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. There's a lot of order needing to be done right now. Order, order, order! I'm getting too old for this. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. Chat, we are currently on an ad break. I'm going to go on a small intermission, and then when I come back, we'll go through Pacey's extra life thing. Because I don't know if Pacey's had a chance to actually go through it. She'll probably do it on the actual stream itself, but we'll have a little look at that. And I'll be back in a second for us to continue this case. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given his broken shield and sword knife. I'll call that a sword. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. He just pulled out a sword. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
Objection!
But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was a murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. Unless he was hit over the head by a pot. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh! But the prosecutor, I like how whenever he does that 3 times, he's meant to say order, order, but Joke is just adding to it instead. He's just like, but the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? Or Joe Darkin, so not Joe Dark, Joe Darkin saw the trophy and he grabbed it. No, I think he was hit. Well, if he was hit over the head with the jar, then that means Joe Dark was not hit over the head of the jar. Which doesn't make any sense. Unless he was stabbed in the back and then Joe Dark was hit over the head of the jar. The Justifier has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. No, you can't say that, Emma. Not after we justified ourselves by thinking you knew everything already. But does? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? I heard the Star Trek Curlin Nescar jar get destroyed. It made that pot sound. Where is that stupid pot sound effect? Pot sound effect. No, there's definitely the meme pot sound effect. Okay, no, I can't find it, chat. But that sound effect comes from Star Trek, and it has been used so often in media when it comes to breaking pots. It's kind of insane. Could you show me your evidence list again, please? Its list? Oh, the one with that picture scribbled on the back. Is it the jar? I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. Yeah, we know that, but why? Why did he draw it? What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. But why did he draw it at a different angle to everything else? Unless it was being thrown at him. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. So there's 2 forged evidence in this case. Yeah, it was kept. We know that part of the pot was kept inside of Gant's office. But the sword wasn't in there though. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Guy? Yes, Your Honor. First a knife mix-up and now the blue badger? I don't think it's the blue badger. Be interesting. Because the statue was only made recently. It wasn't made 2 years ago. Didn't even exist back then. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man of the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. I saw his shadow. Blue badger is now being made. This is certainly most unusual. Do you think it was made so that she thought it was the blue badger? It was made in that way? This is like Blue Badger's origin? It was tied to a murder case?
Objection!
Try impossible. Chief Detectives hasn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, wow, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Stop. Please don't pursue this any further. Why not, Lana? Are we getting close to the point here? Emma's in trouble, I know it. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Thank you, Judge. The defendant is chasing the dock, yeah. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Fuck yeah, I'm in it now. Let's do it. Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man of the knife. Oh, hold on, I'm done any pressing. I was just reading it. There was so much interlude there, chat, that I forgot we were cross-examining. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that merely preceded the incident is all documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you... It's good there was a power outage, wasn't there, chat? Because otherwise this whole case would be very easy to solve. Oh no, actually it's bad there was a power outage, because now it's harder to solve. Like, Gant got extremely lucky. Why would he do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. He seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. I mean, that makes sense, because, like, we assume that Dark has the switchblade, right? But as we just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was I gotta help the other person. I'm actually gonna add this to my notes, because I haven't actually added Joe yet. But, well, not Joe, Neil. Neil Marshall. Brother of Jake Marshall was killed at the end of the SL9 incident. tried to stab Joe Dark with the trophy sword. The murdered. The murdered. We know this. Yeah, let's add a bit more to Jake Marshall. Brother died during SL9 incident. Right, there we go. All I could think was I've got to help the other person. Good instincts, Emma, but also you could have easily died there too. What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Guy was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. There was a man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. I think you knocked away Mr. Marshall. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then what happened next? Like, Joe just brings like a big bowl of popcorn from beneath his desk. This is so interesting. I love it. Oh. Just then there was another flashlight, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who fought up this hideous creature. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. Lord, bring me more of a sad story. I know it sounded strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Oh yeah! Now I finally remember! Oh brother, just when he thought that this thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with his white winning smile and all? That's right. Well, I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. Doesn't have 3 horns though. It only has 2. I need to add these both to my spreadsheet. I need to cross-examine both of them and have a look at them both at the same time. Right. I'm also going to add my my puzzle I did from the MS document because I think that's fun. So that's the pot. And then this is... I appreciate the game let me get a better look at him. This is Blue Badger. You look like a badger. More like a jester. It has 2 horns here and here. As you can see. Oh no, I can give you my cursor so you can see. So, got 2 horns here and here, here and here. The only part that's not correct with this image is the top part. But like... if I put this in the MS Paint document and was to add like a lid chat to this... that kind of design, it needs a, yeah, it needs like some kind of lid. How do you put that thing down, that tiny leg? Well, yeah, I don't think it's a leg though, because that's too far down compared to the rest of this image. But like this kind of design, hold on. If we go into layers and add a new layer. Fuck. It kind of looks like the blue badger a little bit, doesn't it? Then like add like this. Chat, it's the blue badger! They even got the 2 horns. This is too much already a coincidence, yeah. Just needs a lid. This is gonna be the thumbnail, chat. Right. So.
Objection!
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. Witness must be mistaken.
Objection!
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh? And I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really? I might just know. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Oh, Mr. Wright! In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. We've got like a pile of evidence like piled up in the corner right now, haven't we? What does it witness saw in that instant? Please show this mysterious blue badger look-alike. Oh, this is such a fun puzzle. Okay, right, it's this. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, it doesn't look anything like the blue badger without a lid. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Oh. Oh, perspective. Oh, shit. Gotta show them the correct angle to look at this one. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Hi, it's me. It's the blue badger. Well, that's not it. God, stupid ass music, man. It needs to be at an angle where there's a top hole. Yeah, I think it is. I think I do need to rotate it actually. I think they're trying to throw me off of this. Like that? The leg is also a point. Yeah, there we go. That's it. This isn't right. I've got to make it look more like a badger. Allow me to remind the defense's case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape, the witness drew, we cannot accept this claim. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm not losing points for this. But if missed it slightly. The game won't recognize it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, fuck, chat, this is impossible!
Worst minigame in Ace Attorney, number 1. This fucking minigame.
Okay, okay, okay. It has to be that though, because it's not the other part. Oh, wait, no, I'm not getting the fucking, like, yeah, I'm not getting the head part. I thought it had a lid, but that makes more sense. Is that it? Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know. I thought that was it. Maybe it is the... Okay, cat, this is going to take 15 years. Let me get the walkthrough. This is so specific. Check it on Google. Yeah, okay, I got it here. Right. So it is the thing I thought, but I've got... This is right here, so it's like this.
Floor, I can't figure it out.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. What do you want from me? Ace Attorney, Pop Puzzle, HD. I'm looking at the OG image. Right. It's, yeah, okay, right. God, they even played a stupid music during it too. They know what they're doing here. Has it got to be perfect? I feel like I'm going insane. Oh. Oh, for fuck. It has to be exact. What the fuck? This is 100% going to be the thumbnail. This is 110% going to be the thumbnail, chat. Okay, right. That needs to be right there in the middle. Right, I'm getting a gooed up chat in the background. It's got 154k views. Holy shit. Thumbnail and future clip. Got an idea, chat. It's really stupid. Hold on. Go here. Do this. If we go, chat, to cinema mode, then we go here, then I go into color correction and I make the video 50% opacity. There we go. And then I just gotta watch that and line it up perfectly. Okay. So, gotta rotate that a bit. This is cheating! It's not cheating! Oh, you gotta admit, chat, that was a busker way to solve that puzzle. Oh my god. Ah! We were in the different Nemosphere there for a second, chat. Wow, this is a miracle or what? Fucking hell, what a stupid puzzle. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. Yeah, I mean, if you see it from a certain angle, I guess. No, it can't be. That was so specific. Blue asshole. Now I know why people hate that thing. Not just like a meme. That minigame sucked. Order. The defense has proven its claim. Whoa, I've become Kermit. I'm gonna make it like a t-shirt, yeah. The mysterious blue badger witness on the day of the crime was actually this.
Objection!
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. Oh, even Edgeworth enjoyed it. Oh. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. It doesn't change anything.
Objection!
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Oh, very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw the jar? This jar. The murderer. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in the picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
Objection!
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk, so the jar was thrown. The witness testified so herself.
Objection!
My phone is going crazy right now. What's going on? Oh, it's telling me my Ace Attorney stream has started. Yeah, no, I know. I think I know that my Ace Attorney stream has begun. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Objection!
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. To incriminate Emma, perhaps? That's why the fingerprints are there. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Ah, that's great! Do you know what the reason was, Mr. Wright? I think I might have a hunch. Gonna just do this quickly. Oh, I haven't like failed any of these so far, chat. I've been so sharp this stream. It's been great. I'm so happy of that transparency fix. Oh my god. That was Busco. I finally figured it out. This is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please record a witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. That's chat. The best thing about that and how I solved that is that would have only worked on a stream, on OBS, or recording, because I couldn't use my actual game screen. I had to use the preview from OBS to see that. So that only worked because of OBS. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf, interestingly enough, no mention of being bludgeoned in the back of the head. Almost like the autopsy report has been altered so it can only incriminate Joe Dark. What would he have hit? cheating. I say tricks and systems at your disposal. Forged everything. Yeah, everything is forged in this case. A suit of armor holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he was stabbed in the back. And then they inserted the shard of the blade into him. Because it doesn't make any sense that the blade went into him and then broke off. That would have required tremendous force. It would have had to been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. So it's like case 3 of the picket fence. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes. There's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility. Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. Come on, you're so close, Phoenix. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh god, that's fucking gruesome. Also, a hell of a shot from Damon. My god.
Oh. I mean, Mr. Marshall died because of me. No!
Bud. No, Emma! Never imagined her testimony would lead to this chat. I'm playing the music here. That was me. That wasn't the game. So it was the witness who took the victim's life and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. I don't think it was. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, no, it's planted. Like, it can't be her. Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can he think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Well, that's a new face for her. Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted the forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out what Emma did, wasn't it? I don't think Emma did it. I think it's still Damon who did it. I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, you have any conclusive proof that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? Willing to bet you don't. Yes. Certainly would be difficult to prove this. I hate this, because I know it's not her. But we have the evidence. We've got the fingerprints. Fuck's sake. Joe's attorney badge will bring him to heart. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. Certainly can't get dead people to testify. Unless we use Mia Fey's, like, powers. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. We're definitely gonna have a ghost at some point in this. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course! That only leaves us with one possibility. Huh? You mean there's still no possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I know for a fact Edgeworth is going to fight this as hard as he can to make sure that Emma is not proven guilty. Considering what he went through in DL6, Edgeworth is going to make sure that Emma didn't do this. And I know he's just putting this on to try and get to that point. No way. I have too much respect for this man. I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Wait, so the jar wasn't thrown? I thought it was. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? Gotta think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence. Message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, you stop at nothing to prove my sister's a murderer. Don't be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. I feel like he's throwing her own words back at her. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us their piece of evidence to convey the message from the deceased. Dark stain supposed to be blood traces from the incident 2 years ago. Only the fragment found in Keith Gant's office still has lines remaining on it. Has to be that. He started writing it out. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue biker from before, right? Oh, is he going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar, yeah. Message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood in this jar. Looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood in some of the fragment was not wiped away because that was the fragment we found in the vault. The M. Like, almost it could spell out Emma. But you know what else it could spell out, chat? You know what else it could spell out? Okay, well, does it? We can have a bit of fun with this right now, chat. Hold on, give me a second. Let's go here. Go here. God damn it, Phoenix, I'm trying to draw on this. Right, could do that. So, if we go into paint, we're using paint a lot today, chat, I know. If we're going to paint, resize this, and then go here, here. Her red scarf reminds me of the horror story where the lady's head was held on by a scarf. So, if we have a look at this, chat, it could spell out, you know, it could spell out, Emma. Right? Do you know what else it could spell out? No, wait, it doesn't actually. Never mind. Wait, hold on. No, it doesn't. It doesn't spell like Demon Gant. Shit. What does it spell out? I mean, it could spell out demon. But that's not demon. That's an E. That's definitely an E. I mean, the fragment. Oh wait, no, this is not the thing. Hold on. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood, and that can be used as evidence against Emma. Right? We've only got the evidence that can be used against her right now. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. But couldn't we use the luminol testing fluid? Chief Prosecutor did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed direction. For Precisely so. All we need to do is connect to these dots, these points, and the victim's message will appear or could become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains. Yeah, it is Emma. Gotta connect these dots to make letters. Only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Fuck. This is cute. This is a silly puzzle. There it is, chap. Ow. Emma. Da-da-dun. Oh, that's correct. There you go. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. That's not a C? I think it is. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Fuck. Emma. So, this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people. He may have not meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. I disagree. I don't think he did it. I think this is being framed. See you, Ivy! Can't say I didn't warn you! Oh my god, get out of here. Keith Gant. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? She wrote objection in her own blood. Oh, it wasn't a she, it was a he for starters, Winterheart, but you're halfway there. 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ah. Yes, Werby. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. What? No, he still killed people. It wasn't Emma's not the serial killer here. What are you talking about? Not only that, we used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. His name was Joe Super Evil Dark. But Joe Dark really was a serial killer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. I think it is. Oh, didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? Sorry, hold on. We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is a no light matter. Even if there are any cover-ups or an evidence forgery, ultimately responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone might say, the fact cannot be denied.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office?
Yeah, he's getting exactly what he wants right now.
They may have sent an innocent man to his death. How could he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order! Order! Order!
Just throws the gavel at someone. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. No! Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued. Oh shit. I mean, we're going to be starting the second bit of it, chat. I know I said, I did say at the beginning that we're probably going to have a pretty abrupt ending to this episode. Because I'm going to be stopping at 4. But That's pretty fucking insane and intense. Yeah, this is intense. This is gonna be a long day in court. Sorry, Agruff. Didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Being so nice. Oh my god, Eggy.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, come fuck, he's here. Why are you still got his detective outfit on? Oh, Gumshoe, you always come at the worst time. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. It's still as funny as the first time. Oh. Rest in peace, Gumshoe. We hardly knew him, but he never came back after that chat. We never saw Gumshoe again. No one knows what happened to him. No one knows where Gumshoe went. But after this incident, he was never seen or heard of again. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. This is giving me deja vu. Oh, no, you caught me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, you asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. You just gave me... You just gave me a book to understanding how evidence works. Evidence law? I think I was talking about this the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department.
That right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. It seems so. You've at least studied some evidence law, really. Oh, I see. And maybe there's something written in there, maybe, that I can use in the next court proceedings. The prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? He said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Oh, fuck. Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Evidence law from Miss Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Oh, we'll look at that right now, I think. Jesus Christ, we've got 3 pages of evidence in this case. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay, whenever we see any evidence, it needs to follow these 2 rules. It needs approval, and it must be relevant. Well, unregistered evidence needs to be relevant in this case. All that's left now is to keep our secure sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in our prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility is being all but ruined. There's false evidence you are unaware of. Well, we're gonna get all that thrown under the bus, Gumshoe. And this guy found out that she's unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. We're going to expose him wide open. His entire cavity. How did he cut himself shaving and then miss his whole chin? No, I like his little chin patch beard. It's cute. It's cute. This case has hurt too many people. Time to bring it to an end. Not this stream. That'll be next stream, chat. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. What? He hasn't been innocent until proven guilty, my guy. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Wright, may have, struck a bargain. I love him so much. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Say what you wanna. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all four witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses, and also we're both working together. Like, Edgeworth is being a defendant right now, basically. It'd be nice to have 10 new jokes without a single thought in your head. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? He's here just for the ride, Winterheart. He's just here for the popcorn. He loves it. He loves it so much. He loves all the drama and the cinema. Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. I know we've got the get judged emote. We also need like a get entertained emote, like just the judge eating popcorn. I think that'll be good. And it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. And chat, we will do that momentarily, but ads are about to begin, so I'm going to go on another intermission, and I'll be back after that. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea. I'll see you guys in a second. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone back. Chat, I got back and the sudden thought hit my head with the pot puzzle, and I was like, oh, wait, what if the way it's written wasn't like left to right, but left to, like right to left? What if it's like upside down? So I put in Damon Gant's name into paint, and I went like, okay, DAMONGANT, and I like moved the letters all around, but I couldn't find anything. I think it does say Emma, but then again, we know the evidence is forged, so maybe he did that purposely. The only part of it that isn't is the M, or an N, maybe. But welcome in, Maelstrom. Hopefully you're enjoying... you're back at work, so no, probably not. And he just said you got a headache from work. Never mind, sorry, Maelstrom. Hopefully the rest of the week isn't too tiresome like it has been today for you. I am looking forward to the stream tonight because you might be beginning 9 Souls. That's a game I love with all my heart. I'm looking forward to you experiencing that. That's going to be a fun couple of Mondays going forward. As for this, we are now on the second course proceedings of the day, where I get to choose my witness now, I guess. There's lots of stupid people saying stupid things. We persevere, yeah, 100%. Mr. Edgeworth, that's not what that says. Mr. Wright. You do realise this is your last chance. If you called the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Yeah, to speak to the dead. Okay. Oh, the real murderer? Okay, Gant. Lowy butts. When something smells, it must be the butts. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? I mean, he was there during the time. I just want to hear what he's going to say. He's not the murderer. I just want to hear what he has to say about it. As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. He's gonna do this. Just stare, yeah. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courtroom. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. I like the cut of your chip. Please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Here we go. Are you sure it's not Damon written on the thingy? No, because we had a look at that, Winterheart, and I can bring it up again. It's definitely an E, or it's definitely an M. And we saw there were 2 lines, so everything that's... Ooh. Everything that's on this piece of paper, it has to be 2 lines, and it has to be the beginnings of this. Now, this could be an M. This could be an M here. An N, not an M. But it kind of does go up. If it was an N, it wouldn't have this here. But this has to... It might not be saying, like... A name? It might be saying something else. But we're just trying to work out how smart Neil was. What would he write before he died? I mean, the Neil we know what would write to Japan, but it's not that. Maybe it says butts. Oh, fuck. The biggest crossover ever. The most well-known assassin that Damon Gant hired. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. You can tell he's not innocent because he's saying a lot of stuff right now. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requires to hear your testimony. Request, not here, not requires. I mean, it does also require. Permission to treat the witness as hostile, Honor. Just bring out a gun, yeah. Oh, right, what's with that grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. I hope you're all happy with this voice, by the way. It's so out of nowhere for him, but I'm like, it kind of works with how goofy he's meant to be presented. But then when he actually gets serious, it's very scary. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Uh-oh. Where did that gun come from? No! I love this playing the music in the game. It just throws everyone through a loop. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that the police chief has all kind... Never mind, he does have a gun. Oh, fuck! All kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. Chief of Police has a right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Yeah, it does make him suspicious, right? Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. I'm a little bit scared myself right now. The SL9 incident. As I recall, Neo and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Testify, testament, and testicle, all the same root word. This is my fun fact for the day. I love it. Is that when Doc was arrested? Him, he was lying on the floor unconscious. God, like, I don't like seeing that over and over again, damn. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Doc bumped his head. I find it very hard to believe that small Emma was... Well, does I say Mia? Did I say Mia? I find it very hard to see small Emma just push Neil all the way up into that statue's sword. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. Not really. There's a couple of things in that don't make any sense. Isn't that in the night in Gant's office? Yeah, no, it is. This is where everything occurred. But we also can't blame him for that because it's also Lana's office at the time. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. The SL9 incident. Right. Let's get ready for this chat. As I recall, wait, I'm not going to read this again. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neo was up all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Doc. Made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. A little late, but I am here. Welcome in, Gibbs. Hopefully you're having a fine Monday. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it. To make a long... Okay, hold on. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Doc made it to the elevator first. Yeah, so the part that I was confused by was I thought that the interrogation room and the chief office room were on the same floor, but they're not. Doc made it to the elevator first. So Neo and I split up. He went upstairs, and I went downstairs. I guess you could say, he got lucky! What's this about the power outage? Why did he go downstairs too? Oh, that. Elevator power outage. There was like a storm going on during that day, Winterheart. The elevator stopped all of a sudden, and I got a shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neo was when that knife went into his heart, though. You son of a bitch. That's not funny. Could you tell us what you saw? Well, it was a shocking sight. Neo and a serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, tangled together. Drake was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls. How do you know he hit his head? Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's death. That's right. Like you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. So why didn't you know about the blood then? Yes. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. But we did find stuff in your vault, buddy. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at the office? I guess he had nothing to do with the actual forgery itself, but he definitely had something to do with the hiding of the forgery afterwards. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable, no matter what the circumstances. Yeah, because you fucking did it. Is that how it really went down? Being a witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, stare at me. Or you'd be better off staring at the court record. Oh! Worthy, always the smooth talker. I always ship the two of you together. Well, now I hate it. Now I hate the ship. They were roommates, I mean lawyers. They were bedmates, I mean roommates. Which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? I did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to the incident. I mean, we know that he was... We know that the... Hold on. We know that the statue, the piece of statue was found in his vault, and only he could have had that in there. That wasn't in... It wasn't there because of Lana. There's also the evidence list as well that was definitely tampered with. I'm going to show the jar.
Objection!
Yeah! You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself! Several pieces of evidence were found in the office. Take this jar, for example. Oh, that's the blue baggie you showed us earlier. Piece of this jar was just going in your safe. My tea's too hot still. I got 3 bickies as well, chat, so I'm gonna have them while I'm doing all this. I wish my PC wouldn't not my PC, my phone wouldn't notify me whenever someone goes live, because I've already got Discord for that. It also doesn't notify me when usually people I watch go live, because it never does that for Maelstrom or Lena. I don't know why it does it only for a couple people on here. Right. Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. That's actual evidence. Not only that, but the evidence this I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles are evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. So you were there, Gant. You were there when it happened. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, I'm Santa Claus apparently. It's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. Oh, that's nice to say. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Oh, rule number 1. But it must be relevant to the case and trial, so I'm not breaking that rule. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Ryo?
Objection!
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. That's a line that can be taken out of context quite easily. The Angel officer is now terrified. No! No! Oh God! Not like this! The last 5 minutes, the last 3 minutes have been crazy. What? No! If Edgeworth's dick is destroyed, what can we do? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, we'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in the light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office. And in relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene, thank God Gumshoe was there. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. Evidence and forgery. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, which you shouldn't be doing because you're an attorney, not an investigator, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I'll press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. Oh, no. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Okay, so now I'm in it, too. I'm in trouble. Today is, well, you know. Alright, okay. In return, though. I know. That place, right? Wait, what? What are you talking about? Are you two dating? Huh? What are these guys telepathic? Oh, I'm gonna get rid of one of the judge's friends. I'd appreciate if you stopped making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. But you wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day I once broke into the cattle ranch and tipped. You coming from a cattle ranch makes a lot of sense. Not telepathy, sometimes couples finish each other's sandwiches though. It's true. Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're gonna need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? Talking about when Wright's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove the investigation was illegal. If there's anyone as slimy as this guy, I mean, to be fair, Phoenix, I know this guy is slimy and he's terrible, but also we did break into his office and do that. We were kind of breaking the law doing that anyway. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But the mother did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
Objection!
If concealing evidence found at the crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list, but it was in the evidence room, implying it was part of the thing. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Doc was sentenced.
Objection!
Oh, wouldn't that be convenient? Right. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't help saying that's convenient because we still need to, suss it out. The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Something I don't know. Come now, righto! thinking about it. There's no reason I participate in a forgery.
Hold it!
How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. I don't think you are, though. Remember? There was a murdered Neil. I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. Yeah, fucking get him, Judge, get him! But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Assuming that what she said is true, she could have pushed the other person over. She could have pushed Joe Dark over, and Gant could have been the one who killed Neil. Well, now do you see? Arranging a crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Hold it!
Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. Where's this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SR9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That, in itself, is sufficient motive. Yeah, what are you going to do with that? That's a good one. Uh-oh, why is this theme playing right now? He's got me. Huh? Santa, no! Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SR9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Yeah, that's not what you gain from it, though. Sure, you gained becoming chief of police, but you also gained a hand in the prosecution by having Lana, like, under your thumb, basically. He's slowly turning into Mr. Bean. He is a little bit, isn't he? Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Gah! Be careful when you're pointing that finger, or you might end up being the one pointing at. What's happening to his voice, chat? So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, you did it for someone else. He's turned into Demon Beam. Hydration! That's not a bad shout into heart. Also, it didn't work! For fuck's sake, why doesn't that one work? It's meant to have Makoto appear and be like, everyone... Wait. Well, that's probably why it doesn't work, because it's not assigned. There we go, chat. Chug some bean juice. Okay, I'll have some bean juice.
Everyone, don't forget to stay hydrated.
That's some good tea. Need to get for my biscuits as well, chat. Biscuits, you're just doing an entire stream like pretend to be Mr. Bean. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Not about me, the judge says. Why, you as well, Ugly. There, it's out in the open now. Ugly, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you. That sounds like motive to me, chat. Like anyone saying that is not in the right. Or at least it's something shady. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl. Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho, ho! Ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy! Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? No. But I can't think of how it would help him. That means wouldn't have helped out anyone. No, he did it for himself. Relax and take a deep breath, Mr. Wright. Okay. Huh. Try to think outside the box. Oh, just like what Mia would say. After all, that's what you're good at, isn't it? Think outside the box. I never thought I'd hear him tell me that. The question isn't who would the chief help. It's who would ask the chief for help. No one. He'd just do it himself. Yeah, he would ask himself for help. If someone did that, he'd be sure to find a way to benefit from that person. It appears the defense has nothing more to say. Chief, will you please repeat your testimony from the beginning? Oh God! Wait, is the implication that Emma did kill Neil? But Chief Gant, like, hid up all the information so that, you know, Lana or Emma wouldn't be, you know, have anything bad happen to her in that moment? And that's why Lana's working for him, because he's got dirt on Emma. I didn't think that Emma might have killed Neil, but maybe he did. It's definitely this one. It's definitely this one, chat. The final line. Because we got more information about it. Is it the piece of cloth? Evidence of something but what bears Emma Sky's prints. It saved her from it, right? He was protecting her, but not for his own ends. Well, for his own ends, but not for Lana.
Objection!
Oh no. No! It's not that! It's not that! I don't know then. Maybe, oh, hold on. Maybe it was that piece of information, because that did go down weirdly. When I pressed him before but said no, he didn't do anything. Let's try that again and go for the other option. Because usually when I get this prompt, it usually leads to finding out more information, but just send it back to the actual evidence list. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. Yeah, here we go. But it would benefit you. You might decide to assist someone. It's alright. It appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. No, not in this case. He wants to help someone with murder. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Lana. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant? You worked it out, Righto! I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. It doesn't really, like, portray Chief Gant in a bad way, though. It presents him in a way where he wants to help Lana out, but as he said himself, he would only do it for his own ends. The reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SR9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. I mean, helping someone out so you can have one over them isn't exactly good guy behavior, yeah, but it's not enough to persecute them. Because it's all hearsay. Like, we don't know, we don't have any evidence of Gant, like, forcing Lana to do anything. So right now, all this has done has proven that he helped her, like, hide this one situation of helping Emma, which would present him in a good way. We need evidence to justify us saying that he's using Lana, which will then take us back to the current murder, I assume. But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, Judge. Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. A bit of that dementia coming in. Admit it, Chief. I can't help but feel he should already be jobless by this point, as you've proven he has forged evidence to help a co-worker, and even admitted to it. I mean, he's got people in his pockets that doesn't he have mail, so that's the point. Like, he's got some people who are too scared of him to attack him, right? Like, he's the chief of the police. Anything he says goes. You assist Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you can control her. Right, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? She gave me that book. Lana, keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? The actual murder? We're now back to this current incident, I think. Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone had been controlling her. Worthy, better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. He's just openly threatening him. You can't do this in court. Just what do you mean? Stop threatening my boyfriend! What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. And this is something we can actually get him on, because he did kill Bruce Goodman. Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Me and him are gonna get wine together after this. There's no way he murdered someone. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency, but he is still beholden to the law. We can't just ignore it because he's that rank. He's common people like the rest of us. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder, that's impossible. Just because you get wine together. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in an easier to understand language. You're gonna throw Edgeworth under the bus. Edgeworth doesn't care. He can take all the hate. It's too late, Mr. Wright. Yeah, you're in it. We're in it with him now. We're in this burning fire together. There's no turning back for us now. I think he's the one who decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? God, this is fucking tense as hell. Okay, hold on. That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder. Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. Fucking hell, this is so tense. I don't like this. This is the most tense I felt in this game. Better be good. Shows evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Oh, kinda like it. Oh. Okay, okay, it wasn't actually that bad. I forgot about the card. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 77777777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Keith Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. We just admit to robbing him. Good. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 77777777. Same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you all new fucking portrait. We've got you, you fuck. Oh! Chief Gant, that's the first time we've heard this music, I think, for a while in this case. You've entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Because we're winning now. We're winning. Order! Order! Chief Gant. Actually, there should have been another one for the second order. What do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. No, you can't do that to me. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh no, he's about to go back to normal, isn't he? Here we go, chat. Next line is gonna be like, yeah, I did. So what? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do in the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gant? Yes, we peed together. I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met Detective Goodman because of the evidence transfer. What do you mean? Stop hitting your gavel, Judge. It's lost its meaning now. This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Objection!
Oh my god, so much is happening right now. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us the proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. What, for the lost ID? Maybe. I mean, it was the evidence transfer all. Oh. Can only be submitted to the Chief of Police. The Goodman lost his ID card. I love that we're bringing back the evidence for the first half of the case right now. Oh, it feels so satisfying. Or to be more accurate, look at this. I fucking like we're just going back and forth between me and Edgeworth, just beating this guy up is great. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. You would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of that report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way that the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Okay, I was getting ready to use a gavel there. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. Wait. You didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. You could just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Oh, did you now? Sorry, but that's not possible. Didn't you say only help yourself? You said that a couple of minutes ago, I believe, Mr. Gant. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Ah! Oh my god! He fucking like got electrocuted there! What the fuck was that? That animation was crazy! Chief Gant, you didn't. Yeah, I love his animations. That was great. Yeah, he went like to a new power level. It's over 7,000! Or 7777777! The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, but no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
Objection!
Chat, we've got like 10 minutes left, and... Oh, I don't think we're getting close to wrapping things up, but let me just check the good and see how close we are on that. Okay, we're getting close to the recess. So when we get to the recess, chat, we will, we'll call it there, I think. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in a prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know? And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Could they have put it in Edgeworth's trunk while he was there? And Edgeworth didn't know the body was in that thing? He did get here surprisingly speedy. Maybe his car is quite fast. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. Wait. We haven't used it once yet. How could a keeper have moved your body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. I don't think it's the parking stub. I mean, it might not be. Chat! Not that one. The other notes we have. There we go. One at the prosecutors' conference, King of Prosecutors brought evidence back to the police station at 4:40 p.m. Got back in office at 5:12 p.m. Body was found in his car. It's literally wrote right here how he did it. Gant killed Goodman, put the body into Edgeworth's car, and then had the evidence be transferred over. And he had him go there because he was bringing the screwdriver back. Or, no, to pick up the screwdriver. Not to go back to get the screwdriver, but to go and pick up the screwdriver, take it back to his office. And that occurred at 5:12 p.m. So when Lana, who was in here, was called to dispose of the body, that was at 5:15 p.m. He didn't put the body in the trunk of the car. The body was already there. He was asked, so in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office, told by Gant to dispose of Goodman's body. The body was already in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. He stabbed Goodman with Edgeworth's knife, which took place after the fact. Oh, fuck. It all makes sense now, chat. This is how he moves ahead of Goodman's body. A parking stub? Miles Edgeworth? You mean the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Surely that must have stank. Oh, hold on, you can't see anything, chat. Sorry. Green. Yeah. I got it. I can usually catch it quite quickly, to be fair. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. I like how it didn't stink at all.
Objection!
You mean I carried the victim's body? Precisely so. But wait, even you know, I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day. But you did return. Tell me why. Screwdriver. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. That's great. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought us back here. I appreciate them also not making that an entire puzzle in itself, like being like, what evidence was he asked to bring back? No, I'm glad it was just like one line and we just go over it quickly. Not that this case is already long enough. So you see, what you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk. That if Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Chief! Why else would he ever ask Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? We're all gonna get wine after this. I can't believe he's a murderer. Is there no room for a rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. That's great. That's so fun. That's such a good twist. I mean, I had a feeling it came from the police department anyway, but that makes sense. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time's up. My time's up? He just pulls out a gun and shoots the coach in the head. No! Sorry, Righto. But I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make in time for the early bird special.
Objection!
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier?
A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I mean, everyone has that right, I think.
I'm invoking that right now.
What? It is not the right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Objection!
So you're just gonna run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Wormy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. Hold on. I'm gonna make a scared save. Yes, God. What's that noise? Is that the door going off? Okay, I'll be back in a second. Weird, there was no one there. My flat door was ringing, but there was no one at the front door. They were like, why isn't the stream ended yet, Flower? Well, Mr. Wright. Your Honor. Do you have any concrete evidence? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made this guy dispose of his body. Do I have any concrete proof? I do! I can't let him to squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor, I do have such evidence. Then please, hurry up and present it. Just remember, we've only got like 2 minutes after the stream. Also, we've got ads right now. We better prove Chief Gant's murder Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of the doubt. Shit. Oh. If I had something, the game would have given me a hint. I don't think I have anything. I think the point is like I mean the book maybe. Okay, we'll put that in the book. What? Okay, yeah, it's not that. I'll let you be the judge. But I am the judge. All right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor? What I think, Mr. Wright, is I'm going to be late to my lunch. Guess it wasn't enough. Please, Your Honor, give me just a little longer to consider. This court will not tolerate any action. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any concrete proof? If I get given that prompt again, I think it means that. Yeah, I think it means like I don't have any proof. I don't. You know how I can get proof? If I have Lana testify. But I don't think she will because she doesn't want to get Emma in trouble. So I need to do this in a way where Emma won't get in trouble. But we need Lana to testify even if it gets Emma in trouble. Fuck. Yeah, I have no proof. No use showing evidence that I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. So, Yogi? We're still friends, aren't we, Yogi? Not really. In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the Chief. Oh! What? Here's a tip. Never gamble where you can't afford to lose, right? Seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Again. Yeah, because he had that power, which was very convenient. Although, again, that wasn't convenient. Oh, no, it was convenient for you, actually, yeah, because it made it so we couldn't see what was going on during that crime scene. If that power didn't occur, we'd be able to see that he was involved in that. Okay, Ogie, I'll leave the rest to you. Bye, I guess. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. Don't get angry at me, Judge. You also know he's a bit suspicious. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. Hey, don't show that. Don't show my points. What are you doing? Wah! Oh? Lady Luckham. Maybe we should have a word of her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. Yes! We haven't yet had the honour of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth? Another witness? They want me to choose Angel here, I'm betting, but it's 100% Lana. She's the only one who it could be. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. Because if she gives her testimony, if she was the only one involved, there would be like inconsistencies in it. Even if she lies, she can't lie her way out of this. We can break her lie apart. The Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. He's also not a lady. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Yeah, can you answer it for me for once, please, Edgeworth? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. God damn it. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? May not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. She has to testify for us. But she can refuse to testify. It has to be Lana. The defendant. It's Lana Sky? You may be onto something, I have zero clue. To be fair, Gears, I don't think you've seen all 10 hours of this case, to be honest. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 PM on February 21st. Her task, to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Lana? Huh? Oh, he's back. Yeah, he knows. Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Oh, Emma. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway. Judge, he's literally threatening Lana. If she tells the truth here, bad things will happen to her. How can he not seem suspicious right now, man? That's something to think about. Alright then, I've got a lunch date to meet. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gant. Okay, if there are any further objections, this court is now in recess. And in recess we shall go, chat, for the final part of this case on the next episode of Ace Attorney, the final episode. Right. Chat, I will see you all for the final part of this, which I assume is also going to have all the epilogue stuff as well for this trial. And once we finish with that, I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens next time, which will be Skies of Arcadia, I think. Yeah, that's it for today, chat. A very court-heavy stream. We got through the Emma testimony and then Gant's testimony. I assume the final one is going to be Lana's, and then we'll get all the epilogue stuff as well afterwards, I think. So, that is it for today, chat. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all for the next part of Ace Attorney on Sunday, not Saturday, because that's when Pacey's extra live stream is going to be. I'll be watching that. I think most of the people in the community will be watching that. I've already gone for the information. I think Pacey went through it herself as well. But if you want to see that, it is on Saturday at 12 p.m. to midnight GMT time. I will be back on Friday for the Quick Harvest, which is going to be those 3 games that I mentioned earlier. That is Urban Myth Dissolution Center, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, and Haste. And then we'll be concluding Ace Attorney Floor Reverie on the Sunday to begin Skies of Ralia, or Skies of Arcadia, on the next week. I'll be taking a break on that Monday as well, and then I'll be doing the one stream of Skies of Arcadia in the February week. But that's it, chat. We're gonna go raid. I'll see you guys in a second for that.